Okay, welcome. This is the tutorial on how to get started with Inkscape. It's the software we're going to use to design our lantern and eventually cut it out using our laser. So, as you can see right now, I'm on the class website, and you know how to get to your course here under Courses Offered, Maker 8. Click on that and we'll scroll down. You can see we got the images of the lantern there, and we're looking for this right here, getting your project started in Inkscape. And this will be a live link which you've already clicked on because you'll be watching the video that I'm recording right now. Anyway, one of the first things we want to do is perhaps get Inkscape open. So on my desktop here, I've got the icon for Inkscape, but you may not. So if you can't find it on your desktop, you're going to head down here to the Windows Start button, click on it, click one of these alphabetical letters, head to I for Inkscape, and you should find it there. I kind of look at it as a black diamond when I'm looking for it, the icon there. So we'll click on Inkscape and we'll fire it up. Now for some reason, this version of Inkscape, which has now been superseded, the one we're using is 0.92. It's a little slow to fire up, but here it comes. And that's what it looks like. So Inkscape is a scalable vector graphics, or SVG, program, and that will become apparent as we go here why we need something like that. It's going to work for us and the laser. So a few features right away that you should get used to using. If I want to scroll in and out on this page that's here, I'm going to hold the control key down while I scroll my middle mouse scroll wheel, and that should zoom me in and out, and it will zoom in and out wherever I put my pointer. So scrolling and holding control key, that's important. If I want to just move this around on the screen, we call that panning. If you hold down your scroll wheel button and move back and forth, so your scroll wheel is held down, then I can drag it around. That's kind of handy. So if I just scroll wheel, you can see I just go up and down the page like I'm surfing a web page or something like that. So those are a few commands that'll help you. The other one that'll help you, and we'll cover this a few times, is Control Z. Hopefully you've been introduced to this, but on many pieces of software, if you hold Control and then Z, you will go back a step. So it's kind of like a quick undo. And because we make a lot of mistakes when we're learning, having a quick undo is handy. Control Z. And if you hover over the actual undo button up here, it tells you that Control Z will undo, and also, well, in this case, Shift Control Z will take you back forward, but that's not very handy. Okay, there's Inkscape. So there's a lot of buttons, as with any piece of software, and we'll get used to it as we go, and we won't use them all. So let's see what we do need to do. We're going to go and open a template that I've made, which is a file with a lot of things set up already. So the template, if we head back to the class website, and here we go, is right here. And when you click on this, it will download to your computer a zip file. The file type that we're using is not recognized by my website, so I had to put it in a zip file. And then we'll say open this. And when you open it, it's on the wrong page, so I'm going to go over here. There it is. It should open your File Explorer and you should see it here. What I'd like you to do is right-click on it, copy it, and then find in your file structure over here your Documents folder. That's your folder on the school's hard drive, for lack of a better, on the school server we'll call it. That's your folder where you can keep your coursework. And what you should do is right away right-click on the white space and create new folder. Alternatively, you can go up here and create new folder. So we're going to make a new folder, and we're going to call this Explore 8. There we go. And then we'll click on the white space, and it becomes a folder. Now, if you didn't name it properly, you can just slow click on it. And if you slow click twice, you'll be able to rename it one more time. Or alternately, you can right click on it and hit rename. So rename it, make it what you want. Explore 8's a good one. It should be the place where we'll keep all the files for this course. Now we're going to double click on it to enter it. And then I'm going to right click because I remember I'm still carrying around this file, and I'm going to paste it. So my file is there. It's called Lantern Template. That's what I was looking for. Now we're going to jump back to Inkscape, and we're going to go File, and we're going to go Open. And the file we're going to open, of course, is, let me find my file structure up here hitting this. I'm going to Documents, and it should be under Explorer 8, and there it is. We'll pull that up and we'll open it up. Okay, so you can't see much here right now. You see a bunch of words, front, back, bottom, sides, that sort of thing. But I'm going to zoom in. And if I zoom in, you can start to see that I have already put in there all the lantern pieces that you're going to need. The front, the back, the bottom, and the sides. Okay, this is what we're going to put our images on eventually that we're going to cut out to make this lantern. And over here, you may not have this thing called layers on over here. I'm going to turn mine off and show you where it is. I'm going to turn that off too. I'll turn that off too. I'm hitting all the X's and closing everything. This is probably what yours looks like. If you go up here to the top, you'll see layer. And if I go down here and turn on layers, I can see the layers that I've created over here. And I created, well, two of them. Well, three, I guess. I created one called labels, one called lantern pieces, and one for your design. Now, the labels here, we should lock that so we don't change them. And we should also lock lantern pieces. I meant to put that into the template, and I probably will update the template, and yours might be locked already then. But there we have it. And when we lock the layer, that means I can't change it. I can't even pick it. It's all locked. And so that's good, because if you change the size of any of this, it won't work for your lantern. These have to be untouched. What you're going to do is you're going to do all your drawing on the layer called Your Design. So what you do is you click on it, and as long as it's colored like that, the blue one, that's the active layer. And when we work, anything we do, like I'm going to go over here and use some of these drawing tools. Say I pick this circle. If I draw this, it is on that layer. So I just picked it and dragged it out, and it looks pretty ugly, but there it is. Now, how can I prove it's on that layer? Well, over here, there's an eyeball. And if I turn the eyeball off, it goes off. I've turned it on, it goes on, because I'm turning the layer on and off. Let's try these labels. I'm going to turn the labels off and back on. And then, of course, the lantern pieces. So they're on separate sheets of paper. You can think of it that way. If the paper were all transparent and see-through, there's three different pieces of paper on top of each other here. One's called labels, one's called lanterns, and one's called Your Design. And the only one we're allowed to edit is the one that's unlocked right now, which is Our Design. So I'm going to hit Escape on my keyboard. Now over here, this is good to know. At the very top, this is your pick tool. So if I want to pick something, I have to pick the pick tool and then go over here and then pick this, what they call in this program, they call it an object. So this is an object, this circle I drew, and I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard and make it go away. So a couple other things. You notice this page, it looks like a weird size page. That's because if I go under File here and Document Properties, like that, there we are. I'll bring this on the screen. You can see that I've made it 24 inches by 12 inches. I set that up because that happens to be the size. I'm going to close this now. That's the size of our laser bed. So you can get an appreciation for how big it is, your lantern, and how it's going to fit onto the laser bed. So the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to go up here to, well, yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to show you a couple of views here under View. What if I wanted to see these red lines? I can't see them right now. They're so thin and small because the laser needs a thin, small line to be able to cut. So I've set those up for you. But what if I wanted to see them? Well, I can go up here and I can choose View. And I can choose a different mode of displaying things. And the one I'm going to choose is Outline Mode. Now, Outline Mode shows me everything just like it's drawn with a pen or a pencil, and that's great. But what it doesn't show me is it doesn't show me any colors. Notice all the words turn to blue, or from blue to black. No colors in Outline Mode. It's very, very basic. But it is a quick way to be able to see all of my lantern pieces, and from here I'll be able to put some images on it. So that's kind of a quick tour of Inkscape right now, and we'll in the next video cover how to actually get some images onto this, and maybe even set those images up so they can be cut out by the laser. And that's it for tutorial 1. I'll see you in tutorial 2.